Welcome to Bomizo Invest, a consultative firm that deals with the wellness of body, mind, and soul. Really concerned with the reason behind a behavior a person exhibits. Why people behave the way they do. It is not by accident. There is always a cause for every behavior. We are going to look at a kind of behavior which many people still have not understood, which is an antisocial personality disorder. You have heard of people saying this person is a psychopath. What comes into your mind first is that a psychopath is a mad person or a person suffering from some mental illness. But in reality, when we look at the psychopath, it is not in any form of classification in the diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders. This is what we call DSM. The criteria they use to classify certain kind of mental disorders. So in the case of the psychopath, it can only be classified under antisocial personality disorder. It composes of a small percentage of people in a population. Some can go unnoticed, but play a vital role in displaying some kind of behavior that leaves an ordinary person asking himself. These people have certain characteristics that are not very common in the larger population. People who suffer from antisocial personality disorder, in this case the psychopath, are people we say in an ordinary language that these are people with no conscience. When we say people have no conscience, we say these people do not have empathy. Empathy is a situation where you put yourself in the shoes of the other person. So when you say something that will hurt another person, you have to be conscious that whatever you say can have an effect on the other person. So empathy is a form of conscience. When I tell somebody something, how is he going to take it? If it was me who was told the same thing that I am telling this person, would I be happy? How would I feel? Now, this category of people, which as I said composes a very small population of people, do not have that kind of feeling. They can call you anything, they can do anything regardless of the situation. They don't care what people say, so long as by them doing that, they feel they have accomplished their mission. These people can be intelligent, in fact above average. They are charming, good looking, and they are very good at imitating or mimicking emotions. So sometimes you may think they are sympathizing with you, but they are actually pretending to be sympathizing, but deep inside they have no feelings of sympathy. These people pretend to be interested in you, but in reality they don't care. Especially in a relationship, You may find these are courageous people. They may approach you. They may sell their ideology of love to you, and you become interested. They show they care. They show you how beautiful and how good looking you are until you become interested. But while they are doing all this, they are doing this for you to be attracted to them. But they are doing this with a certain idea behind. They are selfish. They are only thinking about themselves. But when you see them pretending to be caring about you, you become very interested. These are skilled actors whose sole mission is to manipulate people for personal gains. I don't want to mention any specific people, but from your own experience, you must have come across people who are ready to do anything to achieve their goal, even if it means eliminating a person to get what they want. These people are not remorseful for the action they take. For example, if they are interested in you sexually, these are people who can go to any length, even spiking your drink, ensuring that they get what they want from you, and they are not remorseful of what they have done, regardless of the magnitude or the seriousness of the offense that they may have committed. These are people who don't fear the consequences of their actions. Statistics show that quite a large percentage of these people spend most of their time in prison because they are involved in committing criminal acts, and even when they are taken to jail, they don't even mind saying they did it because they don't care about the consequences of their actions. These are people who do not respect the authority. They are people who appear to belong into their own subculture, where they believe the actions they take, whatever they do, the manipulative action they take is the best so long as it satisfies their urge and their ego. These are cold-blooded people, calculating, and they are careful in plotting their moves, and they can use any means, including aggression, in a well-planned way to get what they want. They are manipulative. They'll make you see things from their own perspective. You are likely to give in because they are sweet talkers. Sometimes we call them conmen. Yes, a conman is a confident man who is able to tell you what you want to hear, but in reality he is doing this to entice you to his ideas. And they do it so fast, such that by the time you realize that whatever they were telling you was not true, they have already accomplished their mission. These are people who tell you, close your eyes, let's pray for the money you have, and it will double within no time. For you, you feel, I think this is a person who is caring. By the time you close and open your eyes, these people are long gone. So you don't know how to explain it. You look foolish, but these people have accomplished their mission. Even if you see them later on, these people will assume they have never seen you. In fact, they do not understand what you are saying because these are people who are heartless. All that matters is their selfish gain. If they are after something and you're acting as a barrier, these people are ready to remove that barrier, even if it means sacrificing other people and their reputations to acquire what they want. As I said in the beginning, this composes a small fraction of a population, but can have a lot of impact. Incidentally, our politicians, many of them fall into this category. Politicians are manipulative. They are sweet talkers. They tell you how you are going to benefit by voting for them. They tell you all your problems will be over by the time you elect me as your representative. So just put me there and you see what I do. They are very good at convincing. And the electorates get into that euphoric mood and they feel this is the person. They are very good at convincing, but their convincing is actually conning. And because they know this is the only time they need you, they can even give you what you want. That is why they distribute money. They can even bring around some electricity poles and they drop them around your area, telling you, now you see, I've already started. I have already dropped the poles. So very soon when you put me into office, very soon I'll connect you to the electricity grid. So you believe in them. They are tactical. They know what they are doing. But once you put them into the office, once they achieve their objective, they do not need you anymore. So you, the electorates, are left scratching your heads because you were conned, but there is nothing you can do. Because after all, for the psychopath, the end justifies the means. These people are associated with so many other personality disorders, which I'm only going to mention a few. And out of these, you can see where you belong. These are people who put themselves in a category where they do not belong. They have that sense of aura of grandiose. They tell them, you know, I'm connected to the right people. I'm an important person in the community. In fact, I have the necessary connections to make you get what you want. So they are easy to convince you by using those kind of status. But in reality, they give their self-worth more than they actually are. All these are characteristics that make them endear themselves to the target in order to achieve their objective. These people are not remorseful and they are not guilty for their actions. In fact, if you say you know what you did, they say you are the one who contributed to it. That is where you see, like now, if a woman is wearing a provocative dress, a tight dress, which is, according to them, is provocative, and they end up raping those women, all they do is that they justify. You made it happen. Why did you have to wear like that? Yes. So, as far as I'm concerned, you brought it upon yourself. So you only blame yourself. These people are not guilty after having carried out that action. So they do not also accept the responsibility for their actions. They can do something, but they can always blame it on somebody else. These are the kind of people who also lead a parasitic form of life. They do not use their money. Because of that sweet tongue, they are able to extract a few coins from the people who believe in them. So they live as parasites in those people. Can you give me some 500 shillings? In fact, I'm expecting a phone call from a very senior person. You know, when you hear him now relating to that senior person and he's only asking for 500 shillings, you feel, what is 500 shillings? But remember, you are not the only one. They are going to go to you, they go to another person, and that makes their day. So, these are people who are involved in promiscuous sexual behaviors. They are involved in so many relationships because, as far as our girls and our women are concerned, if you're a sweet talker, if you show them that you are confident, if you show them that you really care, and you are a loving person, they come to believe in what you are telling them. So you are able to manipulate as many people as possible. You can be involved in a number of relationships because whoever you approach, if you use the same approach, there are chances that you are also going to win that person. So, anti-personality disorder is there with people, a smaller population, but has a lot of impact in the general population. You will be surprised that even prominent people who are holding very senior positions in governments, not only in Kenya, I'm talking of worldwide, they are those kind of people and they have a lot of impact on the ordinary people. So keep a keen eye on those kind of people. That is part one of the characteristics of a psychopath.